Hey, in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, wait up. What's up? It is Way Up with Angela Yee. On a Monday, I'm Angela Yee. And Maino is here.
Yeah.
New Maino for
New
some
Maino.
Monday Maino Ovations.
Yes.
And we got some things we need you to weigh in on today.
Yes, I'm back. I feel good to be back.
Yeah, back at work.
Back
it's
at
good
work.
to have you. We got our matching outfits.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
BRF.
My BRF, my best rapper friend, Maino. All right, and I just landed from Vegas.
How was that?
It was good. I was actually out there for NAB, which is the National Association of Broadcasters.
Wow.
And our CEO of iHeart, Bob Pittman, actually interviewed me for his podcast live in front of an audience, Math and Magic.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a really great conversation. We talked about AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's a big conversation right now.
Which we will be discussing today, of course. And I was disappointed that Love is Blind, the live reunion special, did not happen as planned, but we're going to talk about that too.
It was supposed to be live.
It was supposed to be a live.
Didn't happen.
It was their first ever live reunion. The first live thing they did was Chris Rock's stand-up, and that worked out okay.
Okay.
This did not.
It didn't work out.
It was trending. You know when things don't work out, it trends.
Indeed.
All right, Jasmine Brand is on her way. There were some flight delays, weather issues. I'm fresh off the plane, but I did shower.
Jasmine, you're late.
I respect you, so I did shower
and
good. Come in here, you know.
Did I? Maybe. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Guys can not shower, and y'all don't have an issue with it. I feel like there's times that some people that here haven't showered. Just looking around the room.
Looking around? My man Navy like...
All right, well, we do have some special guests joining us today. Daniel Caesar is going to be joining us. You know I'm an R&B head, and so I'm a Daniel Caesar fan, but he did have some drama and some issues, and I feel like he took a step back, but he has a brand new album that's out that I actually really enjoy, so Daniel Caesar is going to join us. And we are going to talk to you. We want to hear how your weekend was. We want you guys to do something positive and shine a light on somebody who did something amazing for you. I have so many lights that I want to shine today. I don't even know where to start.
You want to shine a lot of lights.
I do. I want to shine multiple lights, but I'm going to pick somebody today.
You're a lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm a lightsaber today. I'm just a beam of light, spreading positive energy, spreading love. It's the Brooklyn way.
Hey.
All right. So 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and shine a light on them. When we come back, I'm going to shine a light. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about some Monday main ovations this morning.
Yes.
Again, Daniel Caesar is joining us, and we're praying that Jasmine Brand makes it out the airport. All right? Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
Maino.
We got some Monday main ovations
Yes.
coming up today. But right now it's time to shine a light. And I've never done this before, but I got to shine a light on multiple people today.
Just giving out light.
Yes, I just feel like I didn't even know where to start. But, okay, Reba. She is a manager at Primrose at the Park MGM in Vegas. I went there for brunch.
Okay.
When I got there, an amazing situation. All right, I had some watermelon mimosas. Fresh.
I was about to say mimosa.
Yes.
Before
Fresh
food.
Watermelon mimosas immediately as soon as I sat down. And like all the type of food that I love. She actually used to be at Salt and Ivy, and now she's at Primrose. Also, shout out to my girl Danielle. Now, she has her own hair salon. And so it's called Radically Curly. So you see, I took my braids out.
Right.
That's what I spent the first night doing in Vegas, taking out my braids.
You went curly.
Yes, and I got my hair cut, got my bangs back. So my girl Danielle opened up this salon out there. So before she had like a suite, but now she has her whole own huge, beautiful salon that just opened in February.
She lit.
Yeah, so she's lit. So congratulations to her for making time for me too. I came to the salon, got a chance to see it. She got her daughter working in there.
Nice. Shout out to Danielle.
And then also shout out to Regina, who did my makeup when I was out there. You know, it take a team of people to make sure we straight.
Of course.
So, yes.
For women, it's a lot.
Everybody looked out for me. So I just want to thank everybody and shine a light on all those amazing women out in Vegas. And now, let's see who you want to shine on. Renato, who do you want to shine a light on?
Hey, I would like to shine a light on my brothers, James and my brother Maud. These are my best friends for over 20 years. We got them in like some real tough times, and right now, like I just really want to shine a light on them. These are real hardworking, necessary for their own family and for themselves, and it's really inspiring. And I just want to shine the light on them today.
Nothing like family. All right, well, shine a light on them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Payana, who would you like to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on myself.
Come on, Payana, keep shining that light. Let's hear why.
Okay, I'm not a single mother, but I feel like I'm a single mother. I have 3 kids. My partner is like in and out of jobs, and I've just been holding the fort down for like multiple months. So I just feel like I've been doing real great. I still got all my hair, my freaking weight is good, and I just do what I need to do to provide for my kids. So I just feel like that's big for me because I could have gave up, and I still have not gave up.
It feels like you got 4 since you got to hold it down for everybody.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. It's basically 4 because I still got to provide for you as well. I mean, we all together, we all a whole, but he is currently working now, so which is a good thing. But I just want to shine a light on myself because I've just been doing a hell of a job for me for 25 and raising 3 toddlers. So, yes.
Say that again. You got all your hair, your weight is good, you holding it down. You know what? We got something for you. We got you some Born in Roma by Valentino so you can look good and smell good too.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on, Payana. We got you. Hold on.
Okay.
That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. In case you didn't get through, you can still make it for last word. That was brought to you by Born in Roma by Valentino, available at Macy's. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And let's talk about this Love is Blind live reunion special. Apparently, it was a disaster. I was in the air, so I don't know exactly what happened, but I was following everything on Twitter. And you know I watched the whole entire series. We'll talk about it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Yes, it is time for Yee Tea. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
New Maino.
New Maino. Jasmine Brand is on the way.
She's still not here.
Weather conditions for her flight.
Get off the plane, Jasmine.
All right, now Jamie Foxx is steadily improving.
Yes.
He was hospitalized. We don't know all the details of what happened, but from the Foxx family, they shared that Jamie Foxx had a medical complication and there was quick action and great care. He's on his way to recovery. And so fortunately, he is going to be okay.
That's good. Was it a stroke? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. And I don't want to,
Right.
I know people were saying it was a stroke, then people were saying it was some type of bleeding in his brain.
Right. So they never officially
not an
said exactly
aneurysm.
what it was. All right.
Not yet. But I did see a lot of people posting him and sharing their stories and interactions with Jamie Foxx. You know Jamie Foxx?
Yes, I did. And I hung out with Jamie Foxx maybe 2 or 3 times.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, great person.
Yeah.
I saw people talking about different stories about like leaving restaurants open and him being apologetic, and then he left a $5,000 tip for the staff that ended up having to stay, even though the meal wasn't that much.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of respect for Jamie.
All right, now also Netflix's Love is Blind, the live reunion was yesterday. Now, you know I was coming back from Vegas, and I was like so mad that I wasn't going to be able to see it, but there was a lot of issues. I guess it was like a 2-hour delay. I saw it was trending online, and I saw that Vanessa Lachey actually had to go and post this on her social media page.
We are live. I can't show season 4 cast, but Nick and I and the audience is all here. We are sitting here. Apparently, y'all, everybody broke the internet to see this reunion.
We're ready to roll.
So we are ready to roll. We just got to figure this out. We're getting everything to work.
Woo! Okay.
I think I'm going to go on that show.
I said you should, but I
Yeah,
think
I'm
people
going
might
on.
know who you are, Maino.
I'm going to disguise my voice.
But can you imagine not knowing what somebody looks like and only dating them based off of their personality?
Right, they vibe and you fall in love.
I don't know if that's your thing.
Yeah, it can possibly work for me.
All right, but what we do know is that there was one couple, I think, throughout this whole season, and when you do watch it, because I know you're going to have to catch up to it, that I think was like the bright spot for everybody on here, that we enjoyed watching them. They made a connection from the very beginning, Tiffany and Brett. And from my understanding, during this reunion, they still had an amazing time. And then there was Jackie, who was with Marshall, but then she left him behind and ended up moving in with the other guy that she was dating during the show, but she hadn't chosen him, Josh. So there it is. She said she's not a cheater. She broke up with Marshall before she met up with Josh at the coffee shop.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to make me a connection.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm going to make a connection.
All right. I don't know if you, all right, that's fine. They're casting. I'm trying to get Jasmine to go
See,
in there.
I gotta have a blindfold on.
No, you don't have a blindfold on. There's a pod, so there's a wall in between. So you talk to each other, you have conversations, you just can't see each other through the wall.
So we talk every day.
You can set up dates, so you talk to who you want to talk to. So if you like somebody, you're like, let's have another date. And then you just date, but without seeing each other and have conversations.
Yeah.
You'll probably cry.
Me?
Yeah, like just...
I'm a crier.
Yeah. I think you will. Like you start talking about things and past relationships.
Really?
And insecurities.
So I'll be crying.
Yes. You'll definitely be crying. All right? All right. E40 said he was racially profiled and kicked out of an NBA game. He said he was humiliated. He wrote, on Saturday night, I was subjected to disrespectful heckling over the course of the Warriors-Kings games in Sacramento. During the fourth quarter, I finally turned around and addressed one heckler in an assertive but polite manner, yet shortly after, King security approached me, assumed that I instigated the encounter, and proceeded to kick me out of the arena. Unfortunately, it was yet another reminder that despite my success and accolades as a musician and entrepreneur, racial bias remains prevalent. Now, an eyewitness who did not want to be identified confirmed that the woman was in fact a Kings fan and was yelling at E40 to sit throughout the game, and that's when tensions escalated and heated words were exchanged. The Sacramento Kings have said that they are going to investigate the ejection of E40 from that game. He goes to the games all the time.
Right.
Right? And so I would think that he would be known.
Right. They would know him. But, here's the thing. So, black man arguing with a white woman.
Yeah.
Black man is
they are
in fault.
automatically.
Still
Right. And I guess he goes to the Warriors games, and this was in, I don't know. But,
right.
Yeah.
But it's still an end.
Well, hopefully that they work this out, because I believe it. E40 is like a real chill person.
I got a lot of love for E40. It's another cool guy.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. I know you had a lot going on over the weekend, Maino, so we're going to talk about it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night, here's how it went down.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
New Maino.
On a Monday.
Yes, I'm
and
back.
About Last Night is where we talk about the things that we did last night.
Right.
Now, I was traveling. I was in Vegas. I actually had a great sit-down live podcast interview with Bob Pittman. He is our CEO here at iHeart. We talked about a lot of different things that was really amazing. And, just my journey to get to where I am. I talked a lot about financial empowerment because, I love talking about like investing and money, all things that I never was good at growing up. But I've learned a lot, and I'm very much self-taught, Yeah,
because nobody else taught us.
Right, and so, Maino.
Yep.
You actually shot a video.
Yes, for my new song, Vibe With Me.
Vibe With Me.
Yes, that's the song where I kind of like sample Busta and took his cadence, and I hope I did it justice.
Now, you actually did this song a little while ago.
I did it a while ago, way before the whole Coil Ray thing, but I couldn't get it cleared in time.
Okay.
So it took me like almost maybe 6-7 months to get it cleared.
Sheesh.
Yeah. It took a while.
Who knew it took that long?
Man, people don't know like what happens in to get certain music cleared. People don't understand how the process. But we actually shot the video. Shout out Will C. Tanner, Street Heat, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to step away from my comfort zone and do something more fun, sort of like Busta and Missy Elliott.
I saw some shiny suits.
Yeah, shiny suits, definitely. Took it back to like Puff and Mace. I wanted to kind of like have that kind of vibe, like the 90s, and have fun when trying on. I wasn't in the video with no name brand kind of no Lon Von, no Dior.
Oh my God, don't look at me. No, but I feel you. That's good. That's what I think. The music, it's got to be fun. Were you dancing?
I mean, a little bit. I was trying to.
Because if you think about Missy Elliott, you think about Busta, you think about Puffy and Mace.
Right. I was trying to have a little fun. I was trying to step away from my comfort zone instead of like doing, videos with the car in the back, with the girls, with champagne. In front of the projects.
What made you decide to do that?
Because of the feel for the record.
Okay.
Right? Because of the record. It put your hands where my eyes could see. Right? So I couldn't remake it. Right? Because, they were spending $1 million on these videos back then.
Remember those days? And videos was $1 million. Right. Hype Williams days.
Yes. It was crazy. His budgets was bananas. So
now you can do a whole movie for $1 million.
Right. So instead of, I was just trying to capture some of that energy.
Okay.
Right? And try to like, maybe be inspired by what we used to see and try to give it back that way.
Do we have the song? Yes? Okay, well, let's hear a little bit of that song so people can feel the inspiration and visualize when is the video coming out?
This Friday. Hopefully
that was
we have it
quick.
ready. Yeah, shout out to
Y'all
YouTube.
don't play.
Yeah, we don't play.
Thank you to modern technology.
Yeah.
Because now we don't got to pay $1 million for a video anymore, and it can look like $1 million.
Right, and
then it can be ready on Friday.
Yeah, and it don't take 2 months to have it ready.
All right, well, let's hear part of Vibe With Me, just in case you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Hustle and grind, I'm trying to touch a billy, yo. Come from the dark blocks of New York City, yo. Now I hop out drops in my Mirio.
Right, Maino.
Yeah.
All of this, come on. I thought we was settling down.
I gotta go on the show first. I told you I'm going Love Is Blind. I told you I'm gonna find me a connection.
Does that work? Do these lines work? All right. But yeah, so make sure you check out Vibe With Me. But that's good. I cannot wait to see the whole video. I saw you hanging out in Brooklyn.
Hey, when I pull up, I pull up.
When
I pull up, I pull up, though.
All right, can't wait till you pull up to the coffee shop. Coffee uplifts people in
I'm
Brooklyn,
coming.
in Bed-Stuy, on Gates, on Bedford. All right, when we come back, we have your favorite segment, Tell Us a Secret.
Man, I can't wait.
And you get to call in and anonymously tell us a secret, no judgment. Bob Pittman, our CEO, actually asked me about this segment during our conversation for his podcast. He was like, you have this great segment called Tell Us a Secret. And we just discussed how I came up with it. But now you guys get to call in for a fan favorite. Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my BRF, Maino.
Yes, new Maino.
Best rapper friend, Maino. And this is your favorite segment. I always think about you because we tell you no judgment on Tell Us a Secret, and you always look judgy.
I come here for this.
You always look judgy.
You think so?
Yes. And I've seen some of the topics, and I feel like today you're definitely going to be judgmental.
I just want real answers.
Okay.
I just want to understand.
You can understand, or sometimes you don't have to understand. Things just happen.
Yeah, I guess, man. It's just certain things that I just feel like just need to be explained fully. It may seem judgmental, and maybe I am.
All right, well, 800-292-5150 is the number. Hello, anonymous caller. Tell us a secret.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm here with Maino, and we want to hear your secret.
Good morning.
No judgment, Maino.
Good morning.
I'm going to try.
Okay, what's your secret?
So my dude, right, he was very abusive during the relationship. Like, very abusive, right? So I ended up calling the police and having him locked up.
What?
Well, I didn't go to court, so they dismissed the charges because I didn't go to court. Well, they kept him in and they sent him back to prison because he violated his parole.
Ooh.
So he has a hearing coming up to decide if they're going to keep him in prison or let him be released from prison. He thinks that on board with him getting out of prison when actually I'm not. I'm praying to God, to the Most High, that he remains in prison because of what he did to me.
Okay.
He really did me dirty.
Okay.
Physically abusive?
So I don't want... Physically, he choked me until I blacked out.
Wow.
And I feel like he's only sorry because he's in there. But I don't... it's been conversations we had over the phone that he has not changed. Like, he literally has not changed at all. He's spazzed out. He has anger issues. And I feel like, you haven't learned your lesson, so you need to stay where you are.
Well, he violated his own parole. In all fairness, he got himself in trouble. He physically harmed you. And sometimes I think as women, we feel bad because you never want to see anybody go to jail, but he kind of put himself in that position.
Exactly. And the crazy thing about it is, I still love him. Mm-hmm. I still love him, but he just couldn't keep his hands to himself. And if you can't keep your hands to yourself, you say him, I'm afraid you're going to accidentally or intentionally take my life one day.
Right. Yeah, because what if he end up killing you?
Right. So you still been talking to him throughout the time, though, right?
I've given him, it went on for 2 years. I never told anybody. Like, I suffered in silence for 2 years. I never told anyone at all.
Well, listen,
I never told anyone.
We thank you for calling and sharing with us, and I want you to be safe, okay? We don't judge anything, but it's not your fault that he's in the situation that he's in. It's not. It's his own fault.
Thank you.
And you can't love somebody else more than you love yourself.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I say. And it's like now that he's been gone, I'm actually able to think rationally. Without a clouded judgment. I'm actually able to think that this is not good for me. I need to exit.
Listen, I'm never going to tell anybody to stay with somebody who's abusive ever. So,
But thank you guys. I finally got through. You all, I listen to you every morning. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Be
You
safe.
too. You be
And-
safe. And listen, we are praying for you. We
I
love
am.
you. And thank you for sharing. We
Have a
appreciate
good day.
that. Hello, anonymous caller. It's Angela and Maino. Tell us a secret.
Hi, Angela. So with my husband for years, not really happy, but dealing with it, and caught him cheating for the third time. And so I decided to let loose and let it out. And in a 4 or 5 month span, I slept with literally 20 different men, just to kind of get all the frustration out and let it out my system. And then after that, I felt better. I mean, it's like a year later, we're back together. We're fine now. But I did my ones and twos for a little while.
And he'll never know.
And I never told anybody.
You knocked off a 20-pack.
Yeah.
In 4 months?
Well, she feels better.
Yeah.
But so that's how many men? That's like how many men a week though in 4 months?
Maino, you've done more
No,
than
I'm
that
just
with
asking.
women.
I'm just trying
Don't
to
you
figure
judge.
out.
You relax.
I'm not
hard
judging.
to
I'm just
say. There were these parties, a couple of those, and it's hard to say.
All right, so keep it real. Sometimes when you're with him and he's down there, do you laugh a little to yourself?
There are a lot of little jokes I have to myself now, but you know what? I'm glad I did it because I was trying so hard for so long to be good, even though I wasn't happy. And he decided when he didn't feel happy, he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So
how did you get to
it was
20
my
though?
turn,
You
and I
could've
let it out
stopped
my
at 9.
system.
Maybe 5.
She was going to parties.
I was going to parties. I was having fun. There was 1 or 2 I got attached to. There was some that came and went.
Do you talk to any of them
It
still?
was a wild time. Not really. I follow them on social media. We might hit each other, send a meme or something, but no attachments or anything like that.
Okay. Was anybody better than your husband?
Absolutely.
This is wild.
Absolutely.
20 in 4 months though.
Maino.
I'm not judging. I'm just trying to understand. That's 20 in 4 months.
That's like 1 a week.
Sounds like you judging Maino.
No, I don't really want to judge you. I've probably done worse. But
Listen, she just told us something she's never told anybody. We appreciate
I'm with
you.
her.
And I'm glad you feel better and you did what you needed to do for yourself. Your body took control.
For a little while, yeah, and I learned some new things about my body. My husband couldn't teach me.
Okay.
I needed some time.
20 pack.
She be laughing at him now sometimes. Like,
You did any footage with any of these guys?
What was that?
Any footage with any of these guys?
There's a little footage. There's some footage.
okay. Okay. All right, sis.
Demon.
Have a great day, guys.
Man, a 20
All
pack.
right. You want to play around?
He only cheated 3 times though.
That we know of. All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret, and you guys definitely delivered. When we come back, we got Yeetie. We'll be talking about AI, artificial intelligence, and these songs sound like the actual artists. What kind of future is this for the music business? It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea. Come and get the tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
New Maino.
New Maino, and it's time for Yeetie, and we're talking about artificial intelligence, AI voices, and these songs that have been generated using artificial intelligence. Now, one that got a lot of attention over the weekend is Drake and The Weeknd, and people are saying this song sounds amazing. It's called Heart on My Sleeve. It's on TikTok. It's on Twitter. Everybody's talking about it, and it's created with the use of AI programming, so there was no human involved in the making of the song. People think this song is a banger though, and there's a Young Metro intro and everything and a beat. Listen to this.
Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you couldn't have the world, yeah, you were my world. Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my track, like Selena, baby, on my cheating, baby, yeah.
What you think?
Disrespectful.
He was vibing though.
Yeah, it sounds good. But the fact that it's not them is crazy to me.
Right.
The fact I heard a Jay-Z one too.
Yep, Jay-Z has one. Juice WRLD, there's a Juice WRLD one. Listen to this.
I don't really know what I'm on these days. I've been feeling so many types of ways. Moving back and forth, been through 40 states, and you can't even see what we got at stake.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It sounds good, but where's this going, though?
And then here's a Pop Smoke, P-I-M-P.
I don't know what you heard about me, but if you shake it, then another holler at me. No Cadillac, no perms and kiss. But I'm a mother with my feet, I ain't beat.
I mean,
I don't know about that one. That one sounds low.
People say, but so, and then remember that Capitol Records that has signed, Capitol Records signed an AI artist, their first ever signing of an AI artist, but then dropped it, a few days later because there was a lot of backlash over it of this artist using the N-word and basically just kind of pilfering black culture. So.
Right. So if you can use people's voices in songs, what else can you use their voice for?
A lot of different things like podcasts. Now, Joe Rogan issued a warning about artificial intelligence. There was a fake version of his podcast that was created 100% through AI technology. Listen to this.
You've been banned from Twitter, one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. How has that impacted your life?
Let me tell you, Joe, it's been a tremendous change. Unbelievable.
That's not even real, by the way.
Wow.
That is a fake podcast.
Wow, this is going to get crazy.
Yeah, so he's issued a warning about this, and I don't know. I mean, and the way that this happens, there's these different apps that you can use, and so these are AI voices, they're synthetic voices, they mimic human speech. It's a process called deep learning. So it's AI, and it converts that text into speech, and so people are doing that now.
But you have to say the words, though, right? A human has to say the words, and then it goes into the app.
I haven't tried it yet, but you type it, I believe.
You type it?
And then it mimics it. So some people are saying that it could be good for like the voiceover industry because it'll help with that. You can customize tone, style, language, so it's more cost effective, and you can do different languages, different dialects, and all of that. I don't know.
No, but it's not good if you mimic an artist and it's not the artist.
Right. Well, we just want to make sure we're paying attention to what's going on because clearly this is going to affect a lot of people and the music industry for sure. All right. Speaking of the music business, Erica Banks is going to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, according to the Judgement brand, and she should be here shortly. Erica Banks is making an appearance, and she'll be introduced as a close friend of Sierra Gates.
I didn't know they were still doing Love and Hip Hop.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, you were supposed to be on early on that show.
They wanted me from the first season.
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get ready for Erica Banks on there. That show has been Love and Hip Hop Atlanta premiered in 2012, by the way.
It was a half an hour.
Yeah, and that was just the it started in New York, but the one in Atlanta started like 11 years ago.
The one in so when did New York start? Like 09.
Yeah, it was way before that. So get ready for this. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are stories that are not necessarily headline news stories. They're under the radar, but we definitely want you to know about them. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And remember, 800-292-5150 is a number you can always call and leave a message throughout the show. That could be for anything. That could be your Ask Yee questions. It could be Tell Us a Secret. We always want to hear from you. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
New Maino, we way up.
Yes, ready for some Monday Main Ovations.
Yeah.
But right now we have Under the Radar stories. These stories are under the radar. They are not necessarily headline news stories, but you should know about them. Now, you didn't know about this. David's Bridal. You have no idea what David's Bridal even is?
I've never been over there. I had no reason to be going to buy bridal.
No, you've never been
accessories.
Engaged. You've never been about to walk down the aisle. Well, and it's not just for the bride, it's actually for the bridesmaids too. That's where a lot of people got their wedding dresses and their bridesmaids dresses.
Groomsmen and all that.
I don't know if they do groomsmen. I just know
it's
bridal. Yeah.
Bridal.
So they actually are laying off more than 9,000 workers, and they filed for bankruptcy. They said the stores will remain open and operations will continue as normal while they're trying to sell off key assets. So they said it's uncertain economic conditions of the post-COVID environment. That's why they decided to seek a buyer who can continue to operate our business going forward. It's actually based in Philadelphia. They also filed for bankruptcy in 2018. And so now they're saying that they have to file again.
You know what that means, right?
What?
Less people getting married and more people getting divorced.
Or really just more people doing things online too, I think. A lot of brick and mortar locations like Best Buy and, a lot of places ended up having to close just because of all these options, and people probably be getting dresses off of Amazon. Everybody's just doing everything, and I feel like people are also having very non-traditional weddings too.
Right, like if you get married, how you doing it?
You know what I said? I would like to, instead of renting a place, like buy a property, because you know me, I'm always trying to think about that.
Always
So
buying.
if I'm gonna do something, why not buy someplace on an island somewhere instead of paying a huge rental fee?
But what are you dressed
You
in?
do a down payment. I would do a dress, a traditional.
Traditional?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a traditional gal.
Right. Okay.
What about you, Maino? You have
I'm
a
probably
cover bun?
non-traditional, caveman.
Oh my gosh.
You
You're gonna
know.
come in some type of animal print?
Yeah.
I can see that. With a club?
Exactly.
Me and Maino, you
You married. Kiss bride.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And another story, and I know this is not necessarily under the radar, but we want to make sure that we talk about this. A black teenager, and I know you came in this morning,
Yes.
and it's so sad. 16 years old, Ralph Paul Yarl. He was going to pick up his siblings, went to the wrong house, and then ended up getting shot. He was a high school junior. He was shot twice, struck in the head and the arm. And imagine you can't even just accidentally, as a young
Right.
kid, go to
Young
the
black
wrong
kid.
house, make a
Right.
mistake, and somebody is going to shoot and kill you.
Indeed.
And now Ralph Yarl's family also said he went to 3 different homes before he received any help. So even after he got shot in the head, and this is in Kansas City, he still had to go to different homes trying to please get some help. He was ignored, and then finally, fortunately, he was told to lie on the ground with his hands up, and that's when somebody agreed to help him.
So somebody
After
told
they
him to lay
told
on
him
down
lay on the
with
ground,
his hands up.
then they helped him after he'd been shot in the head.
And it's important to factor in the fact that this is not a stand your ground situation. He didn't pose a threat
At all. Rang
is
the
not
bell,
that.
trying to pick up his siblings.
Right.
Yes.
Wrong house.
And you know what else is unfortunate? The shooter was released. He's a white man.
Of course.
Ralph Paul Yarl is a young black 16-year-old. He is still alive, but he's in serious critical condition. So he suffered life-threatening injuries. He's recovering in a local hospital, but they said he does have a long road ahead of him mentally and emotionally. All right, so we'll keep you updated on that. Those are your under the radar stories. When we come back, we have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. We got some Monday main ovations, and Daniel Caesar is going to be joining us. It's Way Up with Angela Yee on a Monday.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my BRF Maino.
New Maino.
My best rapper friend.
Yeah.
And we are doing Yee T. Now, Moneybag Yo, people were upset that in his brand new restaurant in Memphis, they said the steak costs $135 and comes in no sides. It's a tomahawk steak, 40 ounces. But that is kind of what it costs, right? It costs. I don't eat steak, so I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had red meat in 30 years.
Yeah, I don't eat steak. Yeah, I haven't had red meat since the 90s. But it doesn't come with sides. Does steak usually come with sides?
I think at most steakhouses you order this. Actually, I eat at steakhouses all the time because I like the sides.
Right. So like when you go to Roof Chris or something like that, or Fleming's, the sides.
Ooh, when you get that sweet potato.
Yeah, casserole.
Yes.
Yeah, but the sides, you got to pay for the sides.
And then usually they have the cream spinach, but I'm like, can I just get it sauteed? Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
All right. And then I was doing a deeper dive, and I was looking up how much these steaks cost uncooked online. So I see 2 tomahawk ribeye steaks are $200. So that's $100 each. And then, and then I see one on Amazon for $180.
Oh, so that's roughly about what they cost.
So that doesn't sound like a bad price. You guys go out and support, okay? Somebody said Moneybag won $100 for a steak. I'll pay that, and he better come out and rap.
Wow.
Come on, y'all. That's so disrespectful. All right. Now, Trick Daddy, by the way, replaced his gold grills after 30 years. It looks a lot better. You see a lot of people taking care of their teeth now.
Right, so he had to get new teeth, right?
Yes, he did. They said he hadn't been to the dentist in quite some time, and he didn't visit the dentist for 15 years.
Wow.
Now, y'all know I'm always an advocate for going to the dentist, okay? Making sure, first of all, that you floss every single day because food gets stuck in between your teeth.
Right.
That's what causes your teeth to rot. That's what can cause you to get cavities.
And
if
have
you don't
bad
take
breath.
care of a cavity, you have to get a root canal. And then if it gets too far along, you can end up having to get your tooth pulled, and then you have to get an implant. It turns into a whole thing. Take care of your teeth. And one thing I will say is if your tooth hurts and you have a toothache, go to the dentist right away because when it stops hurting, that means the nerve is dead.
So he has veneers now.
Yes. He's got his teeth done. So he said he spent $60,000 on these porcelain veneers.
So they the good ones. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of. I don't like the big ones.
Yeah.
They stink.
Sometimes you got to get them shaved down. Sometimes they're too white too. You got to
they're
pick
too
your
big,
color.
they're too white, and now I feel like people that have them, like they breath stink.
Oh my God.
Like the teeth
I
stink.
think everybody's breath stinks.
Like it's crazy.
And you know what? I did not realize Coachella was over the weekend.
Yeah.
When I was in Vegas, shout out to my guy Mike. He does Tao in Vegas, and I was hitting him up. He was like, I'm at Coachella. And I was like, damn, is Coachella over the weekend? And a lot of activity happened. First of all, Lotto was trending. Listen to what she had to say on stage.
Told them to meet me at the top.
I think I got lost. I'm on go like Greene. She thought I would kiss her ass. She must ain't took a man. Wet this shit around my neck and cross her arm and leg. Sweat ain't looking dead for life. Run it up.
Give me
Run it
three.
up.
I done it all. Feel like shot it low.
Left it to the bank, but this shit's not a joke. Say she got a problem. I'm matching every smoke. She got it soft. Then put it on the floor.
All right, so people are speculating who she's talking about. I don't want to say, but yes, I see a lot of people are going in on her after that performance.
Really? It's rap, man.
She's a good artist.
Yeah, I think Lotto's super dope.
Yeah.
And it's rap, man.
They be harassing her, boy.
Why?
I'm going to be honest, I don't even know. I have no idea how that even happened, but shout out to Lotto. I don't want to speculate on who she's talking about or whatever.
Right.
All right. Also, Frank Ocean was at Coachella. He was hinting about a new album. By the way, people were mad that he only performed for 30 minutes. Listen to Frank Ocean.
I want to talk about why I'm here because it's not because of a new album. Not that there's not a new album. It's like, but there's not right now. No, it's not right now. It's not right now. But these last couple years, my life changed so much. My brother and we came to this festival a lot. I know he would have been so excited to be here with all of us, and I want to say thank you for the support and the ears and the love.
And his brother passed away in a car accident in 2020.
Wow.
So he wanted to make sure that he honored him. All right, there were a lot of special surprise guest performances at Coachella. Bad Bunny and Post Malone, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and more. Blink-182. Blondie was joined on stage by Nile Rodgers. So that was fun. Tyler, the Creator, was there also. And he has his new album did something that's never been done before. He's the first ever artist to have an album reach #1 on the top R&B and hip-hop albums chart in 3 different years, 2021, 2022, and 2023. It was also the best-selling hip-hop album on vinyl worldwide in 2022. So, shout out to Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Maino, when we come back, it is a Monday.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we get these Monday main ovations in the can. And I thought about you when I saw something that happened with Russell Westbrook.
Right. Of course you did.
And a fan. And the first thing I said was, what would Maino do in a situation like this? Okay. And we're going to talk about that for Monday's main ovation on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. I'm Angela Yee. And Maino is here.
New Maino.
And it is Main Ovation Monday.
Yes.
And so we want to talk about this because I thought about you, Maino. Don't be offended. Russell Westbrook, okay? He was walking through the Suns club area to go to the visiting locker room after the game. And one of the fans had a confrontation with him. Here's what happened.
Watch him out. Take it like a man. Watch him out. Watch him out. Straight like that. Watch him out. This guy's the man. Westbrook's the man. Talk about it. Be about it. Westbrook. Woo.
Now, the fan is telling Russell Westbrook to take it like a man. He's telling him, watch your mouth.
Right.
All right. And it is disrespectful.
Very.
You know, I'm sure that's something that, like, imagine that happens to you, right?
Right.
But then you also know as an NBA player, you have a lot to lose. You can't
Of
just be in here
course.
arguing with people. So I want to know what your thought is for some Monday main ovation.
So my thought on that is something that I would have to even use for myself, right? Because if I was in a situation, that's something that I would have to battle with internally. Because as a man, how much disrespect can you take, right? Because I think people forget that we men first, and before anything, before a rapper, before a ball player, or anything.
Right.
But once you get into the position that you get into, you got to understand that you actually have more to lose. And that's when you got to remind yourself that you can't just throw it all away because of a fan that's saying something disrespectful, or somebody that's doing something disrespectful. You can't just throw it all away.
And it's interesting because in sports, fans do act
They heckle you.
really crazy.
Right.
They heckle you.
Right.
They are super fans
But
of
you might
whatever
not be
their
having
team
a
is.
day all
And
the
if you're
time.
on the opposing team,
Right.
you know, what are you supposed to do? You kind of got to just, what can you do?
You have to find a balance, and then you got to understand that that's what they there to do, right? That's what they are there to do. They
Right.
there to
Throw you off your game.
right? To throw you off your game. But but as a human, as a man, I understand that because I battle with that myself. Like, what did you just say to me? Hold on, what did you just say to me? So we gotta constantly remind ourselves that we are the prize. That there's
That's
a bigger
right, you
plan.
are the prize.
We are the prize. It's a bigger plan for us.
And when sometimes, like for a fan like this, he's probably excited.
Right.
That something like this went viral.
And
because now
he's
that
looking
got
for that.
him I got Russell Westbrook all rustled.
Right. Oh, Russell. He's looking for a reaction, and he's looking for something to either go viral, maybe even look for a lawsuit.
And he was talking tough.
Of course, that's what they do because
You know what I'm saying?
They're looking for a lawsuit.
And listen, the guy that did that, he was with his son, it looked like.
Man.
In the
Man.
Area.
Man. And you just want to wrinkle his shirt up.
club area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't.
So, yeah, I thought about you, Maino, because I'm like, I
You
know
thought
people
about me.
Because, sometimes people try to egg you on and make
Right.
you do things, and people are filming, so they want
Indeed.
those moments to
I've
get
been
out
in-
there. They're
I've
going to
been
talk
in that
tough.
situation many times.
Have you?
And yes, and I've failed many times. And I got to be honest. Like, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I've failed many times. But, like I said, we got to remind ourselves that we are the prize, that there's something greater.
Right. Yeah, and people are doing that purposefully to have a moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes the best thing you can do is not give them a moment.
Right, indeed.
That's all.
Main
yes,
ovation.
That's a Monday main ovation. Don't
Yeah.
give them a moment. Maino has failed in the past, but he's a work in progress. That's what all men say as they continue to fail.
Striving for greatness.
As you are striving for greatness.
Striving for greatness.
All right. So, and I do feel like fans have to be accountable, and they did say that they are aware of the incident. That's what the Sun said in a statement.
Right.
And they're conducting a review because I think there should be some repercussions too, right?
Indeed. It should
If
be a
you're-
level of respect. You can't say certain things, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
you can lose your seat.
Respect the players so that
Right.
you're not trying to threaten
Come on.
them
Yeah.
during halftime at a game as they're walking to
Right.
their locker
or
room.
throw something on them or
Right.
anything. Like, come on.
All right. Well, thank you for that Monday main ovation. I
Yes.
feel like that's a Monday, a Monday thing.
Yes.
All right. Now it's also tax day tomorrow, so we're going to talk about that. In some places, you got to make sure that you check. We have all that type of information. But I've been telling everybody, make sure you get your taxes done. Also, Daniel Caesar is going to be joining us today, and he has a new album that's out that's pretty amazing. So we'll talk to him. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And Jasmine, by the way, has been trying to get here today. Jasmine from the Jasmine brand.
Jasmine, where you at?
She flew in. It was really foggy in the airport, and so she couldn't land. She got diverted to the airport in Connecticut.
She's her
I think
own
in
brand,
Hartford.
though.
Yeah, she's her own brand.
She's her own brand.
Without her own jet.
Right.
So she's subject to to whatever happens on the plane. So she did that, but now she's landed back in New York, so she should be here shortly. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my BRF Maino is here.
Yes, I am.
On a Main Ovation Monday.
Yes.
And Jasmine from the Jasmine brand, you made it.
I'm not just any brand, I'm my own brand.
I'm like happy to see her though. Like,
It was a journey. It was a whole thing today. But I'm here, guys.
Thought you quit on us.
Oh gosh, cut it out.
Well, tomorrow is your final day for taxes, right?
Okay.
That's because the 15th fell on a Saturday. And then I didn't know today's a holiday. We shouldn't even be here.
Well, what's today?
Emancipation Day.
Oh, okay.
Who got
holiday.
emancipated?
It's a holiday observed in D.C. on April 17th.
Definitely a DC thing, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But who got emancipated?
I don't know. Jasmine, you tell us. You're kind of from D.C.
I'll tell you after this.
Do a deep dive.
You're gonna do a deep dive?
After this tax discussion.
Okay, so yeah, it's a national, but it's really only in D.C. That's interesting. Okay, it's a public legal holiday in 2005.
In Texas, Emancipation Day is celebrated on June 19th. It commemorates the announcement in Texas of the how you say this word? Abolition of slavery made on that day in 1865. So it's like kind of like a Juneteenth thing.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
that's why your taxes are due tomorrow in most places. Now, there's some places where there's extensions. And, we've been talking about this. We had both my tax attorney, Eric Lee from Intrinsic on here. And we also had from blacktaxprofessionals.com, Shonda B. Love come up to talk about taxes. So, for you guys to know, if you are in these states, you have a little extra time. Arkansas, you have until July 31st because of the tornadoes and severe storms that were in Arkansas. Alabama, you have until October 16th to file because of storms and natural disasters. California, October 16th. Georgia, you have until October 16th. Mississippi, you have until July 31st for people who live in certain parts of Mississippi who were affected by recent storms. Okay. And if you live or have a business in parts of New York that were impacted by a severe winter storm late last year, you have until May 15th. That does not include me. And in Tennessee, in certain parts of Tennessee, they did extend the deadline to July if you were impacted by recent storms. So regardless, get your taxes done. Know when your deadlines are. If you didn't hear your state called out or you have more questions, make sure you look that up because you got to get them due. You don't want to have to pay penalties. You don't want to have to pay interest. If you are going to get an extension, and this is something that we talked about with both Shonda B. Love and also with Eric Lee, make sure that you pay your estimated taxes or else you will have to still pay interest and penalties on what you owe. Okay?
Right.
Did you do your taxes, Maino?
I was impacted by a recent storm. So I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Well, was that area designated by FEMA?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Good to know.
It was crazy.
Jasmine?
Same as me and Maino live in the same area. I can't believe Angela's putting our business out in the street like that.
I didn't. I asked.
Listen, first of all, Angela, you know me very well. You know, you should not have been asking me that after Maino.
It was a twister.
Angela, what about your tax situation? Did you file?
Yeah, I already gave in all my paperwork.
Is it
Everything
filed?
is done. Yes, I actually filed for an extension and then I paid my estimated taxes.
Nice.
Okay, good for you.
I do that every year.
Good for you. You're
Okay.
really good person.
Well, ask yourself next time. Don't ask us.
I don't like paying interest and
I know.
penalties for no reason.
Yeah.
That's
Believe
why
me.
your phones be cutting off every month. All right, we got Caesar.
Judgment.
Coming up, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Get ready for this one. I love Daniel Caesar's music. We're going to talk to him about a lot of things that he's been through and what's been going on with him mentally and then how he feels about his new album, It's Way Up.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from thejasminebrand.com is here.
Yes.
And Daniel Caesar is here. This is your first time ever sitting with us.
Yeah, in this building. It's our first time meeting.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and congratulations on a new album.
Thank you.
Never enough. So I had a question. You live in New York?
Yeah.
And you're from Canada. Are you from Toronto?
Toronto. Just
All right.
outside. But.
Just outside Toronto. I read that you bought your parents a farm. Like
Yeah.
a huge farm. So what's that like when you go there? And do you look forward to that? Because I think going from New York to like a farm is completely opposite.
Yeah. I'm a big duality guy, you know? So like, I love going over there. It's very peaceful. And that's my parents, like, that's their whole MO is like, they're very just like
Chill.
calm, chill, peaceful. Like they built their own garden. I helped them build a garden over COVID. So they got like a big ass tomato and vegetable garden in the back. And
It's like real farm to table.
yeah, it's real farm. It's not. It's like it's just a house with a lot of land. It's
Are
not
there
really.
animals?
There's no animals.
Okay, I was wondering if you're like milking cows and stuff.
No. We got a bunch of dogs. We got like 6 dogs.
And then, so this is your first time doing a release with a major label, is that correct?
Yeah. Felt like it had stopped, was slowing down. Just a lot of drama had been happening in my life, and I felt like I'm in a cycle, I'm in a rut. I wasn't excited about things. I was just like, oh, it's just more of this for the rest of my life. And then I was just, the idea of a major label was in my mind, and I was like, if I don't do it, it's because I'm scared. And I hate that feeling, you know what I mean? So it's like, I was just like, I gotta do it.
Yeah. What do you prefer performing? Your more stripped down songs where it's more like acoustic with you and a guitar, or do you like, because on this album, you do have songs that are a little different for you.
Yeah, I've never really got this turned up. My favorite songs are the songs that I can literally not sing and the crowd will sing the whole thing.
Okay.
I bet, yeah.
So the simplest
Do you remember
ones.
the first time that happened to you?
The first time that conscious of it was like a festival probably in 2017, and I was maybe like San Francisco or something like that. But
What song do you think it was? Do you remember? I'm sorry, I
it's
just want to know.
always Best Part.
I can sing that
always
song
Best
word for
Part.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like a wedding song.
It's just, that's going to be around forever.
Forever. Yeah, it feels
that's a
like
classic. What inspired you with that song? What was going on in your life? Sounds good.
No, I think at that point I was broken up.
Ooh. Your body language is telling it all.
I know. I'm like fidgeting and like No, yeah, I was broken up at that point. But that was just at my core. That's the person that I am. I'm just like a simpy romantic, like, you know. And so Gabby was just the best. We sat down and it was like, I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing too. We should pick up a guitar. And then the first thing I played, and it just flowed out. It was just so easy.
So it wasn't written before, it wasn't done before.
No.
You guys kind of did it at the moment.
In the moment, that song took about maybe like 4 hours total. Okay. And at the end, we spent another 4 hours talking about how we just made a classic song.
So you knew.
We knew.
Okay.
We knew. But you know what? Actually, is a funny story. Is the chorus I had written, and I tried that chorus on maybe 3 other songs. My producer that was with me, when I pulled it out in that session, he started laughing. He's like, "Bro, like you're never gonna let this song die. Just let the chorus, give up on the chorus." But then it worked, and it was, I knew it was gonna work.
And how many people, like, who are some of the people that you feel surreal to have worked with? I know you wrote for Mary J. Blige before too, and I can't even imagine what that experience was like, because she just seemed like she would be real super cool.
She was just in there. She has her candles she likes. She loves
hookah?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. Okay. You know, like this.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I know he's not saying a blunt, but like.
No. She
likes
loves
Twizzlers. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a little fun fact.
I know. It was cool. Yeah. It was great. And then
Twizzlers endorsement.
Yeah. I know. We gotta hook her up with the. I love those Twizzlers. Brandy. Brandy was crazy. Brandy loves, and I don't think she is like a World of Warcraft head. It's so
that's
crazy.
interesting.
Really?
Made me love her so much. I was like, in 1,000 years, I never would have guessed that you World of Warcraft. She has like a few accounts. She's like, yo, I could sell this account for like 10 grand.
That
or
is
whatever.
so random, by the way.
So random. It was really cool though. I really. She's amazing.
And she could sing.
Her voice is beautiful too.
Sing insane.
Now, you also worked with your brother on this album, right? Didn't he also write and co-produce Valentina?
He did. There's a reference track out there that I'm gonna leak one day, but he like came up with it. It's his concept, and then I took it and ran with it.
So you've never been a side piece?
No, I have, but I don't believe in that anymore. I'll never do it again.
So he has, but he won't.
Why
he
do
won't
you say
circle
you'll
block
never?
on that.
Yeah, why you say you'll never do it again?
Even if you can be with the woman that's being unfaithful on her man, you shouldn't, because it jades your whole world. And there's nothing scarier than being with a woman and then like her boyfriend calls or something and she lies to him and you realize like he will never find out, and you know he'll never find out, and you're like, oh, they're so much smarter than us. And then it just gets so, it's like, I'll never do it again. I've seen it and I was like, oh no, I don't like this.
And then
this
you feel
feeling.
crazy because you got to be quiet.
Yeah, you gotta be
there, mad quiet as a mouse.
Yeah.
Were you famous at the time? Were you well known?
Yeah.
Can you? Oh, that's so funny to me.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
my man's
crazy.
calling, be quiet.
And then it's like sometimes it's
And
like
he
a guy
lying there
he
feeling
might
crazy,
look
like-
like you or something. It's like Bro, this could just be, it could so easily be me. It might be me one day if I'm not careful. Like, I gotta, like, get my karma right.
All right, Daniel Caesar is here talking about his new album, Never Enough. We have more when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and Jasmine from the JasmineBrand.com is here, and we are talking to Daniel Caesar. Now, Toronto 2014 is also a song on the album, and that is a special time for you, special place. So, what do you put? Obviously, like, you dream of being successful. This is where you want to be. When in 2014, I'm sure you could never have envisioned, what's happening for you now, but it does come with its challenges. Yeah. Right. So can you talk about like just the difference in life between Toronto in 2014 and Daniel Caesar here in New York in 2023?
It was simpler back then. Like now you have to worry about how you're perceived by other people. And before it was like, I would only worry about it when I felt like worrying about it. Mm-hmm. But it's like you go back to pictures, I was a dusty kid, you know what I mean?
I bet you called yourself dusty.
I was dusty, crusty, musty.
All the usties.
All the usties, man. And it was fun. Like, that's always been like, you know what I mean? Like, that's always kind of been...
Your vibe.
My vibe, because I'm like...
a dusty vibe.
I make music, and I'm really good at that. I'm not a model. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I can get up, get out of bed, and do what I want as long as I end up in the studio at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But now it's kind of like everything you do, you have to take into account, you have to live your life based on the thickest person. Like the person that's last to the joke, you have to think about them at all times. You know what I mean? It's like in society, like you got to tell people not to just run into the middle of the road while there's traffic going on. Like that should be obvious, but you have to put up these signs. You have to tell people on a coffee cup, you have to tell people wait until it's cool before you drink it.
Right.
Because some people won't, and they'll burn, and then they'll sue you. And so it's simply just I don't enjoy it. Because I also have a bad habit of like complaining about these things. Sometimes people close to me I'm whining about things that seem so inconsequential. Because me, 4 years ago when I was dusty musty, I would have given anything to have these issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so I'm trying to be conscious of that and not complain, because I love my life and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Right. I saw you write on Twitter that you love your life.
I love it.
But then you also said, why is it only ugly people telling me I'm ugly?
Which is crazy.
I saw that tweet even before you told me we were interviewing him. I was like, that's so funny.
So crazy, because it's true, man. I'm really like, I used to feel so, I used to feel like I was ugly, and then I was just like, no, I'm not. I'm a handsome young man.
Yeah,
you know what
I
mean? But every time I see someone telling me that I'm ugly, I'm like, let me do some research.
Let me see who this person is.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm never like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the fact is that the people who are like happy in their lives, and I always say this, it's never somebody that like can dress well telling you can't dress. Because they don't think about that. Like,
exactly.
If you're happy and who you are, and you want other people to feel that way too. So you don't go like bashing people unless you don't feel good about yourself.
Exactly. But
did you really ever think at a time that you were going to be like canceled forever? Was that a fear of yours, or did you feel like I'll be okay?
No, I felt like canceled is what? It's kind of like I never felt like I would go broke or something like that. Like I just felt like people wouldn't like me forever, and I feel like that all the time. I feel like the majority of people would not like me. Do I think that people are I know they're gonna listen to my music because it's good, but are they gonna like? I also have to deal with them hating me and wanting the worst for me and expressing that to me because I'm very sensitive. But like that is what it is, and that's kind of I created that scenario myself. That's all.
Right. But I also feel like taking accountability and responsibility is an important thing.
For sure.
Yeah. And even for you, like, I'm glad you put out an album because I've always been a Daniel Caesar fan and I've always said that. And so I just feel like sometimes we can like go into a, like, I don't even want to put myself out there because I don't want to, it's worse than what we think it is.
Yeah.
At times, I think it is a lot of people that like will tweet, but I see a lot of positive responses with the music. So how do you feel now that the album is out?
I feel the same. I think the naysayers, I don't think they were ever fans to begin with. I was just someone that they knew of.
Right.
And yeah, I think that there's always like everyone, it's the silent majority. You know what I mean? I think most people want to hear it and are pleased with it. And I know in my heart that I did my very best, and I believe in my heart this is my best work. And so the people that rode with me, like, I wrote for them, and I stayed down, and I put my everything into this project, and this is for them.
I was going to ask you about your fans. I know that you said during the pandemic you felt like some distance, or they didn't really understand you, or something along those lines. Do you feel like your relationship with your fans is better, or is it the same?
Yeah, but also I think it's really about my relationship with myself, because the fans are whatever it is. It's real, but it's also not real. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They don't know me. Every time someone tells you that they love you, but they've never met you,
right?
What is that really? That's just
they love what they know about you,
Yeah.
and they love your work. They love your art.
Yeah,
exactly. And so it's my relationship with myself. When I'm cool with myself, then I'm fun to be around, and then it's fun to interact with my fans.
Okay.
Right.
Well, listen, I do want to thank you for coming by, Daniel Caesar, because I've always wanted to have you on the show, even when I was on the Breakfast Club, and now I have my own show. And you bought chocolates.
You came with gifts.
I did.
Yeah, which, I had promised myself I'm going to cut back on the candy, but now I'll start next week.
I
do that all the time. Next week.
Back a little bit.
Are there anything here? Any shrooms or anything? Or?
No.
Okay, just
No.
checking.
Next, if you're into it, next time.
And she is. So.
Well, Daniel Caesar, again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I know you're on tour also right now. So how's that? Just make sure people know where to get their tickets. And
it's sold out, but we're going to be doing it. It's a good problem. But stand by, because in the fall, I can't announce more than that, but after the summer, we're going to do a big tour. Whole world.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for coming through for the first time ever. Way up with Angela Yee.
It was so fun. Thank you.
When we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. I'm here. Maino is here to help. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Here I go. Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
Yes, I am.
And Jasmine from the Judgement brand is here.
Yes.
And we are ready for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Angela. My name is Manny.
Manny, how you feeling today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good. We're all here. Jasmine's here. Maino's here. And we're ready for your Ask Yee.
So basically, I'm in a situation right now where I'm looking to buy a house, right? Which is a blessing, The thing is that the rates and the prices are crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two small children. And my goal is obviously to give them a yard and a house and their own room and, everything that I know they deserve. But I realistically can't afford a house in my immediate neighborhoods, right? And my parents and I, I'm very close to my parents. My wife is very close to her parents. And in reality, they help us raise our kids. They're there for them. They have a bond with them.
Yeah.
It takes a village, right? Exactly. So it's I'm in a position now where I can buy them a house, but it would probably be about an hour from where we live now, which, makes us kind of sad, because it's either I go for bang for my buck and quality of life and the yard and the house, or what I can realistically afford now is where I live now is a condo. So it's I don't know. I know I got to grind harder. I'm willing to grind harder, but I'm expecting the third child. So I don't have a lot of time to kind of stay where I am. We already outgrew it with 2 kids. So with 3, it's going to just be mayhem.
An hour is not that bad, bro.
His family helps watch the kids.
Yeah, I understand, but an hour is not that bad.
Hour. But who's gonna help with the kids?
It's a bit of an inconvenience, Yeah. Why do you feel like you have to buy a house right now?
A bit of it is my man ego. I don't want to be in this apartment anymore. I work this hard, and I kind of want to see the fruits of my labor. I want to buy the house, and I'm in a position where I can buy it now. And it's we don't know what's gonna happen, right? The rates could go up higher.
I also feel like you said, you got to grind. You're going to go really hard. And it may not, like you said, be the best time to buy a house. Why not wait? Because I feel like sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to buy a house now because we feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing. When in reality, if it's not completely right for you, you might be putting more stress on yourself when you can get yourself in a better position to get what you want. Why not go really hard and grind it out until you can get what you want? That's all I'm saying. If you know it's going to happen and you have a goal that you need to reach, and in the meantime, keep looking. Because I also feel when you find the perfect situation, it may not, be that quick for it to happen. It could take months. It could take a year. but you'll find it.
And it may not be an hour away.
Yeah, and it may not be an hour away. Like, why not just get a better situation and not rush yourself into it? Because buying a home is a big deal. And one thing that I did learn when I bought my first home was a good investment matters a lot, right? And so it might not be your forever home. It's just a good investment. And for you, the first home that you get doesn't have to be your forever home. It could be just a good investment, or it could be something that you have to fix up and work through over time. But I wouldn't put so much pressure to just get something because you feel like you have to get it now. Why not get it when it's the right situation?
Yeah. I mean, I do believe like things do line up, you know, like things will line up. I've been blessed thus far. So
I think just go really hard at looking for something and take your time, because it is a big purchase. It's going to be, for a lot of people, the biggest purchase that you ever make. So don't put all the pressure on yourself to feel like you have to do something now when both options aren't what you want it to be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, and my family tells me that too, you know, like my mom is a spiritual person. She's always like, listen, the right house will come your way. You're getting too anxious, too desperate.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes I just need, you know, the outside sources to kind of analyze my situation and tell me, because I get in my head a lot, you know. So I don't know.
And you can do it. Like, I think, you know, part of it is having a goal, saving for that goal, keep looking, and then once, you know, you'll find the right thing. But it doesn't feel like right now this is the right thing. It just feels like you feel obligated to make this happen. You have a lot of pressure on yourself. But I think everybody understands and everybody wants the right thing. If you could find something that's even 30 minutes away, you know, that's the size that you want, and it might cost more, but maybe now you have to save up more, you know, for that to happen. But keep on looking, because all kinds of situations pop up in real estate, and there's a lot going on right now. So, you know, just don't rush into something. It is a huge purchase.
Be patient.
Word. All right. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right. Thank you.
You give good advice, Miss Yee.
Thank you, Maino. I appreciate that.
I love that you give great advice. Like, you really give.
You didn't like my advice. Well, you know, he doesn't like that I'm not judgmental during Tell Us a Secret, but you're right.
I mean, look, they need.
But it's all things I've been through myself, you know, so I learned that from other people, and I try to make sure that other people understand, like, you know, you want to make a smart decision and not just a...
that was cool.
Yeah.
Man. I felt them, though, man.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I just didn't feel like an hour was that crazy. Like,
but he's going to have 3 kids.
That don't mean, just because people do it all the time doesn't mean it's convenient, and that's a lot of time.
And he's like, daily.
Listen, it sometimes take an hour just to get from Jersey to Brooklyn in traffic.
Yeah, but 3 kids is a lot to deal with, and a newborn on the way, and then having to dress them up, get them all packed up, you know, just to come back, and it's just not.
It's a lot to be in an apartment with them too.
Yeah.
But you ain't gotta drive.
Either way,
maybe you could have it all.
I mean.
Okay, well, that was ASCII. Thank you guys for calling. 800-292-5150 is the number. When we come back, we have Last Word. That's when you guys get to have the final say on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the Last Word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
292-5150, Way Up with Angela Yee.
I want to shine a light on you, Angela Yee. This is Tiffany Smith, all the way from Oakland, California. I just want to let the world know, the whole WGCI family and the whole city of Chicago know that when I saw and met you in Atlanta while we're out hanging with Donda and doing the Donda thing, and I seen you and I took some beautiful photos of you. You're such an amazing person, and I just want to give you the light today. Give you your flowers while you're here, babe.
So, hey, Angela Yee, this is for you, because I was calling to talk to you, but I wanted to share a secret that's really heavy on my heart. My sister has a baby by their sister's husband, and the child is 14 years old, and my sister feels strongly that she wants to come out and tell the baby my other sister's husband, but I'm not sure what to do in this situation because I feel like I'm in the middle and I don't want to be in the middle knowing the secret, but I just wanted to put it out there so that everybody knows now.
The first secret is I got my boyfriend, he's still my boyfriend still to this day, into like, it was literally about like a 6-month process to get him okay to doing it. And I promise you on everything, that same exact day, like 4 hours later, I had an opportunity to get fellatio from 2 twin men.
Turn it all the way up. Angela Yee is way up.